When I was 35 years old, I finally had the courage to ask my father why. When I was 13 and shared with him the full length play I had written, he never told me what he thought of it. He replied, "I don't want to encourage you to become a writer." I was stunned by his response. I followed up with another question. Why not? Because a writer has a hard life. I asked him what he wanted me to become instead. A chemist, he replied. A chemist? I repeated, incredulous. I had barely passed chemistry in high school. At least now I had his answer. Fortunately, I did not allow my father's silence about my play to stop me from becoming a writer. I never did find out why my father suggested becoming a chemist instead. Perhaps because chemists tend to earn a good salary, and it is such a practical career. Becoming a writer is a career that is a lot more unpredictable and even amorphous. Ironically, I do not recall if my mother or two siblings had read that play, or if any of my family members had read the novel I'd written at age 10. I just know that, beginning at an early age, I was a writer because writers are basically those who write. My first publication was a short story in a college journal, and my first nonfiction book, The Vegetable Passion, was published by Scribner's in 1975 when I was 27. By the time this memoir is published, I will be in my 74th year. I have accomplished a lot as a writer, including the publication of more than 50 books in a range of genres, with translations into 35 languages, and a publication of scores of blogs and articles. There is so much about being a writer, especially a book author, that has added to my life. However, since I have not yet had the huge bestseller success that I had always imagined for myself, it turns out that my father was correct about a writing career. For many of us, it is hard. Fortunately, because I returned to graduate school and got a master's and a PhD, I have been able to teach undergraduate and graduate college courses to supplement my income as a writer. I have also gotten consulting and coaching jobs over the years. There are so many stories about writers who have supported themselves till they made it, such as novelist Elmore Leonard, who worked as a copy editor at an ad agency until his success enabled him to write full-time. Playwright George Bernard Shaw is said to have worked at a telephone company in London. The creator of Sherlock Holmes, Arthur Conan Doyle, was a surgeon. Jane Eyre author Charlotte Bronte worked as a nanny, and novelist Kurt Vonnegut worked as a car salesman, to name just a few. And I still dream of becoming well known enough to have my name added to that list of authors who are household names. You may have picked up this memoir because you are a family member, a friend, a colleague, in the media, or you know me through my writing, publishing, consulting, artwork, or teaching. You may have read one or more of my books, or one of my blogs or articles, and you're curious about my life. Or you may be looking for useful insights about writing, getting published, and promoting your work. Whatever your reason for reading this memoir, I thank you in advance for your interest in my life story.